Okay, guys. Today we're going. The last meeting we talked about more about the mechanics, the nuts and bolts of the program. Today we're going to talk about selling it and marketing it. Everything I'm going to show you today is in the back office. We have some new people on, so let me just show you the back office. You should become familiar with it. Let's get there. Okay, so this is the back office. I'm going to show you where the consumer financing section is. Starting right here on the right side, it says BCMS 180 financing. Click on these links. These links are all useful. It's got detailed explanation. These are new marketing materials, much of which I put there in the last few days. So when you get, just go through it. Everything I'm going to show you today is in the back office. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this is a new piece I put together that basically you can hand out. You can use it as a tutorial. I created one for medical, one for retail, and one for home services. So it's basically an instruction of how to sell consumer financing, taking into account discounts. So now, based on the last meeting, you know that our Prime program has no discounts or very low discounts, and that goes down to a 640 credit score. But the reality is a lot of people fall below that, So, one of the, and I'm in a second as well. So, one of the advantages of our program, and there's a couple key advantages, but one of the advantages of our program is while the traditional lending world considers prime credit 680 or usually 700 credit score and higher, we'll go down to 640 and still consider those people prime credit. Now that makes a huge difference considering that the majority of Americans are below 660 credit score. So if you think about it, when you go to a dentist or a cosmetic surgeon, and they're offering Care Credit is not trying to reach average American. Care Credit is trying to reach that person with the elite credit, and that's what it's considered. I mean, it's people with prime credit these days. It's not the majority. It's the few. Credit, the reported approval rate is 35%. That's our opportunity. So, we'll approve people with the competitive prime credit rate down to 640, but then we also have answers for those people down to 500 credit score if the merchant wants us to. So I just want to go through this piece quickly, and you can read it. There's, like I said, there's three of them like that, almost identical, just geared towards home services and retail. I'm showing you the medical, and I'm still fine-tuning it so it changes, but I just want to show this to you. So the first section basically explains the lending world to the merchant, explaining them the nuts and bolts. So what is the solution? And this basically summarizes what the Credit 180 program. The multi-lender Credit 180 financing program platform provides the only practical approach by pricing loans for individuals with a lower risk for default differently than those that are higher risk. Through Credit 180, individuals with FICO credit scores of 640 or higher are rewarded with better terms, and the practice is rewarded by receiving as much as 100% of the sale amount. For people with FICO scores of less than 640, lenders provide pricing that reflect the risk, and the medical practice receives less than the 100% of the sale amount, which is a discount accordingly. Because the discount can have a very broad range, and this is another huge advantage that Credit 180 brings to the table, Credit 180 provides the medical practice with the ability to create a discount threshold, thus establishing a maximum discount that is allowable. The Credit 180 financing platform has two key distinctions over traditional financing options. One, traditional lenders typically consider prime credit to be a 700 FICO score or higher compared to 640 for Credit 180. And two, the simple one application multi-lender platform provides the highest level of positive outcomes. So you have to get these points across to whoever your target is. Otherwise, it's going to miss the mark. If they leave a conversation with you thinking, oh, this is just GE, but they're charging us money for it, you're not going to make the sale. You have to come across with, okay, what is the key distinction? Why should I do this versus keeping what I have? And the answer is this. With one app, if they, and we're hoping, and this is the first time we have this, I believe, we have a product that we can finally tell the merchants, discard what you have, discard GE, discard Wells Fargo, because we'll do the same for those same customers as they do. Yet with one application, we're gonna reach out to multiple lenders and give you the best opportunity to get an approval. And now with the discount threshold, with that threshold, the merchant can say, based on my business model, and it could be medical, it could be anything, the highest discount we can justify is 25%. Therefore, we're not going to present offers that fall higher than 25%. And they can pick their threshold. Some industries, for instance, water filtration is, there's a tremendous profit. They may say, you know what, I'll go up to 40%. I don't care, because it's still profitable to us. Plus, as I'm going to show you in the next screen, there's a way for merchants to build in all or some of the discount into their sale. So that's a very important ingredient. The other thing is, with this program, we have tried to mimic the one good thing as far as the merchants are concerned that GE does, which is we try to take them out of the equation when it comes to selling the financing. So one of the problems, and one of the reasons over time the wheels have fallen off on consumer financing, is because we can sell it, we can get them, but then push comes to shove, too often we make them part of the selling process. And these people are dentist office, auto repair shops, they're air conditioned people. They don't want to have to start becoming financing experts. So now with this new platform, basically once they create that threshold and once they tell us what they're willing to accept, we'll sell the consumer. So when the application goes in, we know, okay, this merchant will accept, anything from prime down to this. So we know it's good to go. We're going to go and sell, present the consumer, sell the consumer, and get the mechanics in place. So it's a much easier program for merchants. So on this next page, I'm going to show you, and we're going to show them how to manage discounts. Okay, because there's ways of legally building in the discounts into the sale, and this is the way it goes. I'm just going to read this to you, but you guys can read this on your own as well. You have access to it. Because subprime financing has a real cost, it must be incorporated into your finance customers' pricing in order to maintain a healthy profit margin. The way to determine this pricing is to determine a range from prime credit to subprime credit. Determine the cash to merchant price. This is the amount that you'll be funded, that you will end up with. For this example, let's use a cash to merchant price of $2,000. Determine the high finance amount. We do this by dividing the cash to merchant price by 0.7, but they can do anything. If they decide their threshold is 25% discount, they can make that number 0.75. But this example takes into consideration a 30% discount or buy down. So using this example, the high price of calculation on the worst customer they're willing to take, $28.57 in this case. Determine the low amount. So in this case, we're assuming they're doing our low discount model, which is the 4.995% discount rate. So in this case, on the 2000 example, it's $21.05. So the range of money the merchant will receive, if this consumer is approved, we know is between, the amount of financing that is required to get them their $2,000 is between $21.05 and $28.57. That is the range of the financing. Now, when it comes to financing, and you can look, if you guys did my homework assignment and looked in the papers, you would have noticed that there's companies like Automobile and other companies, when they're offering financing, they'll either offer one of two things. If it's a furniture store or a home service business, they'll promote the 0% for 6 months, 0% for 12 months. business and some other companies that offer financing, they're going to promote the monthly payment. They're not talking about interest rate. They're not talking about discounts. They're talking about the monthly payments. So that's the same way we educate our merchants on how to use this program. So this, the way it goes is this program has a low cash price of $2,000. If you want to finance it, the payments will be between X and Y, depending on what your credit is. And in this next section, we show them roughly, and this is rough, so this is just a sheet, but when we sign them up, we'll give them access to a calculator, and we'll show them how to really do this. But it basically will show them how to calculate what the monthly payments are based on this range. So, I'm not going to go through these numbers, but basically at the end of the day, using our example of a $2,000 cash to merchant price, you can now quote a monthly payment range of $107.35 to $145.71, and that's with a term. So the way the merchant now presents the financing is it's $2,000, or if you finance it, will be $145, depending on your credit. It's a much easier way. When people make decisions, and you think back to your personal life when you went out there to purchase a car and you knew you had to finance it, was the decision necessarily based on the price of the car, or was it based on how much per month that it was going to hit your budget? People think about terms of payments, not terms about how much, especially when they don't have to come up with that money. If they don't have to come up with $20,000 to buy a car, they're not thinking in terms of $20,000. They're thinking of, can I afford to pay this per month? And that's the same thing here, and that's the way we teach our merchants. And when we train them, we're going to go through this to show them how to do that. And what happens is now, if your customer decides that they don't require financing, the cash discount price is $2,000. So this gives them the ability to price their product as aggressively as they want. So if they want to push a living room set, they can say, and they know they got to get $1,500 for this and be out there $1,500 to really get people's attention. They can say, buy this living room set for $1,500 or payments of $80, $80 per month. So they'll assume the A customer. So then when the customer comes through the door, they'll say, well, if you have a credit score of this, or you're considered prime credit, it'll be $80, but it could be as high as $120 depending on where you fall. So it's a much more effective way of selling, and the merchants that get it. And, guys, I got to emphasize this. If you haven't done this before, go for every merchant that's out there. But there are some heavy hitters that will really pad your pockets. I mean, there are some heavy hitters that will do $70,000, $80,000, $100,000, $150,000 a month. That's why I put out that low discount option, because I don't want you kicking yourself down later on saying, I just signed up this merchant that's doing $150,000 a month, and I'm only getting this. I want you to become a partner in this financing, where I'll at least give you that opportunity, where you can benefit by it. I have two merchants like that. I mean, one of them, like I said, is doing a steady $80,000 a month. I have another one, a dental practice, cosmetic surgeon, that's doing a steady $40,000 a month. Those are nice residual dollars. So, besides the upfront money you can make, with this program, the real value is signing these people up and hitting that occasional. It's not going to be every single merchant unless you actually shoot for that merchant, but you get that. For every 5 or 6 or 10 merchants, you're going to find the one that really gets financing, that really has the marketing budget to push it, and they're going to produce a lot of sales for you. Okay, and then we go into how to market subprime. This is a very nice piece. So this is a piece where it's an education for you, but it also is something you could hand your merchant who is not familiar with financing necessarily, and educate them on how financing works. So basically we give them some advertising on how they can use financing. It gives them some ideas of what they can do with it. Some wording: financing is available, poor credit okay, 12 months, zero interest. So it's different things that they can. Now with our new platform, the deferred interest is not available on the prime lender. Prime, we have a couple, but the main prime.
Hello?
Hello?
I guess we lost him.
Yeah, I think we lost Bob. Hang on a minute. Did we all lose him?
Yeah, he's off.
I'm not.
He's not on.
That's pretty funny.
Right.
Well, now we can talk about him, right?
Okay.
Hang in there. He just posted a message.
Now, hello,
Hey,
guys.
okay.
Yep. Do you hear me? I'm back. I don't know. My internet must be cutting in and out because I kept the screen, but for some reason my phone got disconnected. So hopefully it sticks now. So hopefully you guys heard me. I was up to the part with the advertising. Thing is available. Poor credit, okay, 12 months, 0% interest. So that, like I was saying, our prime lender does not have this type of feature, but the subprime lenders have it. And even the subprime lenders, by the way, the only reason we consider them subprime is because they'll go down to low credit scores. But they'll also reward prime people with similar discounts as our prime lender. So if a merchant wants to be able to offer this deferred interest program, we'll set them up with that platform and make that, on top of the prime lender. If they want the pecking order to go with the lender that offers a 0% first, we can certainly do that. So, we try to work with the merchant and find out what their needs are, and we'll work it based on that. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is a great piece. I think it is, at least from I'm not a graphic artist, and I stole some of it from other people, but as far as some of the graphics go, but I think it's a good piece that you can use. And I think it will help you in making sales and getting the point across. I want to go through, and guys, jump in if you have any questions. Hopefully, I didn't lose you too much because I was doing a really great job. So if you have any questions, just shout out. So this is also in the back office. This is a sales script that's really designed for the Credit 180 for this program. And I'm not going to go through the entire script. I think it's a really good script, and it basically brings you down a path, two different paths. One is for that merchant that already has financing, and one is for that merchant that doesn't have financing. So the merchant that has financing, the advantage of that is they get it. They understand financing. You don't have to convince them about the marketplace as much. But you have to try to convince them that this is going to bring a value, that it's either going to approve more people than their traditional lender that they have, or fill a void. So, here are the statistics. If somebody uses our platform for all their deals as their primary lending source, chances are, depending on their demographic, we're going to approve anywhere from 50 to 70% of the applicants. And that's very good considering that, like I said, GE will approve about 35% of the applicants. So approve between 50 and 70%. It could be higher if talking to a high-end cosmetic surgeon that's doing, that's working Beverly Hills, or that type of customer. You may get higher approval ratings. But in general, if you're dealing with a business that's going to use us as the second look. In other words, they're going to continue going to Wells Fargo or GE with their first options and use us just on the stuff that falls off. We're probably going to approve somewhere between 20 and 40%. Only because they're picking the cream of the crop and they're leaving us the leftovers. But we're still going to make a significant difference to them because, remember, based on their current financing options, those 20 to 40% of people that right now they're sending away without making a sale. So I think it's very, very important. this script also has a section that's that's the benefits of the program. So, I just want you guys should become familiar with this. As far as the benefits, this summarizes the benefits. If they allow you to get into the script, this is the place where you have to go. Financing from $1,000 to $100,000. Low prime credit offers to the FICO 640, traditional goes 700. Flexible payment plans, payment terms up to 84 months. Technically, for secured, we even go higher on the Title I. Low interest rates from 1.9% to 19.99%. 12 months, no interest programs available. No penalty to pay off early. No security or collateral needed. Consumers with distressed credit can still qualify, low 500 score. Clients can use the program to rebuild their credit. For your business, no minimum years in business requirements. So for those of you, this is another thing. If you have a new business, I've had a few of those over the months, and they didn't qualify for other programs, we can get them signed up now. As long as they're in the right business vertical, and there are very few that aren't the right business vertical, but we can handle just about every business type around, and we can take new business on. Highest approval ratios, timely approvals, fair discounts, no recourse for non-payment. Very important. If once we approve a loan and fund it, even if they miss the first payment, the lender doesn't have to look over their shoulder for the money, pay the money back. Offer instant cash back, distressed credit okay. Online, I gotta take that out. That was an old feature. I'm gonna have to take that out. No contract, so you can cancel at any time. The contract does say 60 days, but frankly, if a merchant wants out, we're gonna let them out. We hope they don't. We hope they give a reasonable amount of time, but we don't want anybody who doesn't want to be here with us. So this continues on with the script. I suggest you read it. And like I said, just as with any script, and I presented other scripts in the past, you use it as your framework. So you use it as, these are the points I have to reach, and then you have to make it your own, because we can't, no matter, and I'm not the greatest script writer. I can write a lot of scripts, and I do a decent job. There are people that are better salespeople than me, that write better scripts than me. But regardless of the script, we can't speak for you. It can't be your voice. So you have to turn it into your voice. So, get the framework of the script. It's a long one, but make sure you hit the points that you need to hit instantly, so to get their attention, and then then you can use this as a framework. There's objections, rebuttals here, which are very, very good. You've all come across it. I don't get any requests for financing, so these are all common. I'd like to think it over. I need to talk to my business partner. I don't have enough profit built in. So this is the key one, because, you may come across a business that's going to say, my profit margin is only 10%. I can't afford to pay a discount. But yes, you can, because we can show you how to build it into the price. So you don't have to have a discount. So you can get 100% of your financing. This will be the cheapest payment method around other than cash, because even when you take credit cards, you're paying a certain percent of a discount. So we can show you how to build this into the pricing, where it can even become a profit center for you. So, there's ways to do that. I don't feel comfortable charging my customers that. I've heard that a million times. Your customers are being charged that. If they sign up for a credit card, they're paying these kind of interest rates. So it's not, if they're doing GE is the interest rate could be 29.9%. So, the high interest rates are out there. And, the other thing I always try to tell my merchants is, let your customers be adults and make their own decisions when it comes to what they'll do and what they won't do. We have this is not one of these no credit check, no income check, no nothing programs. There is a due diligence. There is a vetting. There's a debt to income ratio that's required. So the lenders are not going to take someone just to take them. The risk is just too high. As it is, the default rates can be 20 to 30%. So there is going to be some kind of there is going to be some kind of due diligence. So, let your customers be adults and make a decision. The price is too high. Okay, this is a big one. Okay, so the price is, this is to overcome the price. We don't have the budget for it. The bottom line is, as in all products, And, those of you that are in credit card processing may have forgotten this, but at one time, you had to convince a merchant that they needed to process credit cards because there was a cost associated with it. So, it all comes down to return on investment. That's the bottom line. So when it comes to selling this type of finance program, it's not about, if you leave it throughout the whole conversation about this is the cost of the program, this is the cost of the program, it's going to be hard to make the sale. If you talk about this is the investment into the program, and this is when you're going to get your money back. And it doesn't take long. If you go through the numbers, usually one sale, getting one customer that they otherwise wouldn't get, will probably pay for the program. So, that's critical. You have to turn the conversation into, let's talk about what this is going to do for you. Okay, this is not a convenience. This is not something that they're going to throw out there. It's what is this program going to do for you at the end of the day? How much can it possibly increase your business? What are you going to do with that money? I talk about this often. Money is too intangible. Money, people won't necessarily do things for money unless it hits them in the face. It's about, you have to get them to live that money. So if they're going to make another $10,000 a month, if that's what you can get with them, it may not be about the $10,000 a month that makes up their mind. It's going to be, what are they going to do with that $10,000 a month? So John, will $10,000 a month pay for your mortgage, your car? I mean, will this allow you to get into your next house? Will this allow you to grow your business and expand it to another location? Turn in that intangible money into a tangible vision, and your chance of making a sale goes up substantially. If you don't believe me with anything else, believe me on that, because I've done the experiments. I used to, when in a previous company, I had 94 employees, and we used to do every Friday. We used to do we used to have this dial that we spun, and people could win prizes. So if they got to the meeting on time, we made them come in 8 o'clock in the morning. They put raffle tickets into a jar. So they put their one business card or whatever into a jar, and we used to give away prizes. We were doing very well. When we gave away money, people were not that excited. Okay, listen, it was great, but they just in their mind, though, this is more like, all right, now I could pay another bill. When we started giving away a weekend away, or we gave away tangible, at that time, DVD players or whatever it was, people would scream. They got so excited when they could bring something home under their arm and show that they won something. It didn't have to be anything big. Believe me when I say this, if you could turn it tangible, you're gonna make the sale. So, come up with techniques to do that. It's very, very important. Just go through these questions. These are rebuttals. If you've been out there, you've hit them, and you have to overcome them. It's not, you can't, business owners have become a little cynical. So the knee-jerk reaction is to say no. So you have to turn them around. You have to get them to where they want it more than you do. And it sounds like an obvious statement, but too many times in sales, that's not the case. And too many times, to the very end, we want it more than they do. They can go either way. Maybe you can strong arm them into a sale, but when you can reach that point where you've turned the tables and they're trying to convince you that the product is good for them, and that's nirvana. I mean, that's the place you want to be. We've all been there at certain times. Sometimes it's out of luck. Sometimes just out of motivation by the person on the other end of the phone or standing across from you. But when you reach that point, then, it's just a matter of when. All right, so go through this. This is in the back office. Like I said, there's some nice pieces back there. If you have a laptop, if you have a tablet, you can send this stuff to your tab, not this piece, but like the other piece I showed you, you can send it to your tablet, and you can, show people as a sales presentation. We also have these type of, and I'm still working on a few more of these, but these 2-page flyer things that you can hand out. I'm going to come up with a PowerPoint, an actual PowerPoint presentation. I'm not there yet, but hopefully next week I'll get there. So I'm giving you some tools. This program is good. I mean, I tell you, I've seen it, and those of you on the last call, I said it. I'm not embarrassed to say it. we've seen our share of programs that didn't live up to, to what we thought they were. Now, I'm hoping, I had more hands-on in building this one, so I'm hoping I did a good job, and I'm hoping that this platform does what it says it's going to do, and I think it will. I have, a good degree of confidence. But we've plugged some of those holes that existed before that stopped us from doing the sales. And, and the other thing is it's about expectation. So what we're trying to do with these merchants is we're trying to plug the holes, make it easier for them to make a sale and to promote this. And at the same time, we want to give them correct expectations. So, when we're training merchants and when you're selling merchants, it shouldn't be about them approving every single customer that they're going to send into the system. If that's their expectation, they're going to be disappointed. Their expectation should be this. There's going to be a certain percentage of people that are going to be approved. We don't know what that percentage is. Like the one company that I have that's doing $80,000 a month, they use us entirely for 100% of their financing attempts. Because of the kind of business they're in, he only gets 25% approval rates. He's thrilled to death because he wasn't getting that before. So, it's about expectation. It's about making them understand that the person you get through this with this financing is someone that if you didn't have it, they'd be going someplace else, or they'd be leaving your store or hanging up the phone because they don't have any other option. They don't have the credit card, as most people don't, to slap on $3,000 or $5,000. They don't have the money in the bank, or they don't have enough money in the bank to feel comfortable depleting their bank account to pay for it. They may not even have the credit to get approved for a traditional finance option, because if they would, they'd probably have credit cards that would be able to do the job. So a lot of these people, don't have options. If you're a business owner and you're not offering a financing option, somebody that appeals to a broad range of consumers, you're leaving money on the table. The amount of money you're leaving on the table is proportionate to how good of a job you get the message out. So if you advertise a lot, and hopefully you guys went through your papers and see there are businesses out there that spend a lot of money marketing, those people, if they add this ingredient, will truly benefit. They'll bring people in more so than before, because the people that need the financing know it, and unless you offer it, they're not coming to you. That's the bottom line. So, this is a product that I believe merchants have to have. If you're selling anything from a few $100s to $30,000 or whatever the number is, and you're not offering a way for them to finance it, you're limited. You're handcuffing yourself. You're just not. It's back in the old days when credit cards started to tip, and you had those merchants that were stubborn and say, "No, I don't want to pay 3%. I'm going to continue only taking cash." Those people on Main Street that were walking down the street that only had those cards in their pocket couldn't go to those stores or those restaurants. They had to pass them and go to the one next door. So this is where this product is now, and it's your job to get the message out. People are not going to knock on your door and ask for it. So, I'm giving you the tools, the scripts, the flyers, whatever it is. You have to be proactive. You have to go out there and make that phone call to set the appointment, or make that phone call to try to sell it, because that's what's needed. You can't be afraid. You have to attack it. And if you do, there's a number you're going to get it back. So if you have no questions, or if you have questions, please ask now. Otherwise, I'm going to switch over to really cool features that we've added to our cash advance program. I said it was 2-in-1, and I just want to show you that program because that's another very, very hot product that we have. Do you guys have any questions on the Credit 180 for now? Okay, cool. If you don't, I'm going to move on to, let's see, I'm going to move on to our cash advance program. So those of you that are new to us, we have a cash advance platform. So if you don't know what cash advance is a business loan product that is not a traditional business loan. You don't need financial statements. You don't need tax returns. The approvals are based on revenue. So it's based on what's coming in through your credit cards, what's coming into your bank, and basically the health of your company. And, these lenders, these funders can tell the health of a company based on at a bank statement, and you see, there's 3 insufficient funds, there's overdrafts, and even if a company is bringing in $100,000 a month, the company may be on a slippery slope. So, these funders are usually looking at a bank statement and knowing what the risks are, and they're relatively short-term loans. And what makes it safer for the funders is that the loans are tied to the revenue, so they'll automatically take out daily, usually either money out of the credit card receipts or money out of the daily revenue to pay back the loan, and the term could be anywhere from 3 months to 12 months. But this is a really terrific product. But let me show you something that this program has improved substantially, and I want to show you some of the key features now, because when you get signed up for it, and if you want to start promoting this, I can set you up as a user in this system. So let me show you how this works. Let's say you have someone that is interested. They need money. They want you to try to get money, and we have and this platform, just to give you an idea, this platform has 22 lenders in it. So one application, one credit report, 22 lenders. You're not going to find it in any place else. It's an amazing platform. So unlike before, where if you had a business that needed financing, needed a loan, you have to try to say, all right, which lender is going to be right for this company? And not all of them do everything. Some lenders only want, just like in financing, some lenders only want those really strong companies. Some lenders know that their strengths are those really weak companies. So if you didn't have a platform like this, you had to try to figure that out. Now with this platform, you don't have to figure it out. You go right into the platform and you can submit an application. There'll be a credit report pulled, and that's it, and then the rest will happen. And it does happen. I'm going to show you how it happens in a second. But the first step is, let's say you have a merchant that wanted to do this. Before, you had to do a paper application. So if you get set up into the system, that's not needed anymore. So I would set you up in the system. You would go to create a deal, okay? You'd fill in the company's name, ABC Car Repair. And this is pretty cool, guys. You put in either a fax number and or an email address. And I'm going to do, for now, hopefully my internet, as you could tell, has been shoddy today again. I don't know why, but I'm going to put an email address I have that I know works. And that's all you have to do. And then but this would be the merchant's email address. So it would be john@abccarrepair.com. And you would click on Send Funding Application. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do some preliminary information. Let's see. Okay. All right. So there's a few fields that need to be filled out before you can do that. Okay. Okay. And this is a very new feature, guys. This has just gone live. I've spoken about it before. All right, so this was sent. Hopefully it will hit my email address, and I can be able to click on it. Let's see. It may take a few seconds. I'm having struggles today with my. All right, here it goes. Okay, so it came into my box, and I can't. Let me see if I can show it to you. Okay, let me pull this over so I can show you what they get. So they get an email right to them about their funding application. They click here. Bring this over. And basically, the application is there for them to fill out. So they can click on complete application, and all these fields come in. They could sign it they could sign it right online with their right with the mouse. They don't have to do anything. They can fill in these fields. They can upload documents. So if they want to, they know that we need. It says right here, 3 last month bank statements, 3 credit card statements, driver's license. They don't have to email you or fax you statements anymore. They can just upload these files and then upload them right to the system. They say finish uploading. A new feature is going to be they don't have to do it one at a time anymore. They'll be able to, if they have 3 different things, they'll be able to select the 3 files and just upload them all at one time, so they won't have to do them one at a time. Complete the application, sign the application, click submit, and it's done. I mean, it's really that simple. So from your standpoint, you don't have to be collecting paper anymore. You don't have to be emailing them or sending them faxes. This is all done online. So they agree to running the credit check. They e-sign the entire application, and that's it. So this is a really important aspect of it. Now so then the next step is, and I'm jumping around from. So let me show you what happens when approvals come in. So let's go to, this is one, I know Anthony's on this call. This is one we're trying to close right now. So here's what happens. So when the application goes into the system, the lenders that are interested will make offers. So you'll see here, this particular merchant had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different lenders make offers. There was a few that turned it down. So there was a few that would decline and wanted more information. So you can see the value of this system. So if you were an independent agent and you decide I'm going to set myself up with 1 or 2 cash advance companies, which ones do you sign up with? Do you sign up with the ones that are going to reject this particular application, or do you sign up the ones that are going to approve them? Now, in this case, this merchant wanted as much money as possible. Now, look at some of these offers: $4,000, $15,000, which is the one we ended up using, $6,000, $6,000, $10,000, $11,000. Unless you had the one. This particular guy, and this wasn't even close. I mean, really, this is not close. But unless you happen to have this lender and this particular case like this, maybe they like this industry. So believe me, that happens. There are some lenders that just like an industry. They like something about it. Unless you had that particular funder, you weren't going to get the best deal for this particular merchant, and you'd be in jeopardy of losing it. So this is the value of this. So when you wanted to accept it, in this case, we did accept it. You would select it. The details pop up, and basically you would click on send contract to merchant. Okay. So Dean asked why there's 3 offers from the same lender. They basically, that happens a lot because it's different dollar amounts with different terms. Sometimes they'll come back and they'll offer an AC. A revenue advance, and sometimes they'll offer a credit card split, or sometimes they'll do different amounts and see which one you prefer. So, they're going to come back with a few different offers. So let's see. So then you send the contract, and this is what they would receive. And I'm going to click on this, and this is my email. I'm not going to show it to you again, but it's similar to the other email. You click on the deal, it would come right to the merchant. Merchant gets this, okay? So the merchant gets the contract or a page with the contract on it. Same type of thing. They can view the contract. They can view the signed contract because they could sign the contract. So I'm going to show you quickly. They can upload other docs. So if there's stipulations, which there were in this case, you can upload the steps. Which you can upload. They want another bank statement. They want another, the check. You can upload it directly from the system. You don't have to fax or email. So let's view the contract. Okay. So this is the contract. So in this case, this is contract directly from so they can go over the contract. They see the dollar amounts. There's a spot for initialing. Okay. So this is just viewing the contract. So now if they want to sign the contract, they looked at it. They can e-sign it. They can go right in there. They can sign their name. It will attach to all the spots that need signing. They send it in. They upload the any STIPs, any documents that have STIPs, and that's it. So this is a very amazing system, and it's going to get more amazing. More things are being added to it all the time. I'm very close with the a developer of this. This is not our platform, but we're one of two ISOs, one of two organizations that are using it, and this thing is going to be totally private labeled for us, and he's going to send ISOs to us. So, we've proven ourselves, and I have a good relationship with him, and he's building this basically to our specifications. There are some things I asked him to do, and he's building it to us. So this is an amazing platform. I'm very proud of it, and I think it could make a lot of money for you. There's significant money in cash advances. Okay, this is a small one. This is $15,000. But believe me, there's businesses out there that need $100,000 and can get $100,000, and we have lenders on this platform that will help them get it. So you can make literally thousands of dollars selling cash advance financing. So keep this in mind. This will be part of your arsenal. If you do the cash advance financing and it's a credit card split, you also get credit for the credit card processing as well. So you get commissioned both on the cash advance and you get commission on the credit card processing. And if you're a BCMS credit card agent, let's say, it locks you in, so they can't go anywhere. So as long as they have that cash advance, they can't go anywhere. And guess what happens a lot of the time after the cash advance ends? They want more money. So they're gonna re-up and say, you know what? I got used to it. My business was able to handle that coming out of my account every month. Let me take another loan. So you're going to get this. The cash advance loans are the gift that keep on giving. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you're not a credit BCMS credit card processor, if you do your own thing on credit card processing, you can still use us for this platform. Let us know. We'll set it up with your split, or you can do an ACH advance, so you don't have to use BCMS as the credit card processor. We hope you do, but you don't have to use BCMS as a credit card processor to take advantage of this. So if you do your own processing, and I understand that there are people out there with a lot of different companies, if that's what you do, you can use your own company for your split. So it's really a tremendous platform. Any questions on this? Because I covered everything I really need to cover today. I just want to answer your questions and make sure you guys understand. And let me see.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
I've got a question, and this is Wayne Bell. This is a very intriguing product. Now, it really is interesting, but how do you pitch this? You just about have to, I would guess, know that somebody needs funding. And my question to some of the guys out there that have done this, how do you pitch this program? Because you can't go to them and say, look, I heard you're struggling for money.
It's not a matter of, it's not a matter of struggling. Hey, Anthony, are you on the call? Anthony, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Anthony is a BCMS inside sales agent, and he focuses most of his attention on cash advance. I think he'll tell you that if you call him up, and it doesn't have to be, I wouldn't pitch it from this standpoint of struggling. I would say, is there any equipment you need? Is there any, do you need a cushion? Do you need, there's different ways. Anthony, what do you say when you call up these merchants? What are you leading with? What is your pitch?
I say I'm Anthony McCombs with Bank Certified. I specialize in providing capital to businesses to help them grow. So we're just calling to see if you got any projects on your mind that you might need some funding for. Advertising, inventory, maybe you want to pay off some old bills, new equipment, payroll, giving the business a facelift. Anything like that on your plate, I might be able to assist you with.
There you go, Wayne. So it's not about desperation. It's not about desperation. It's not the cheapest money around, but think about the alternative. I mean, listen, back in, prior to the crash, back in 2005, 2006, 2007, I had a company, my company did, $6 million a year. If I wanted $100,000, my bank branch was literally below me. I mean, I occupied 3 floors above my bank. If I wanted money, I'd go down to the bank branch, and my bank manager said, I can signature approve anything up to $100,000. Took advantage of that a few times. Nothing else was needed. I said, John, I needed $100,000. All right, give me 3 days. Those days are long gone. The 2008 crash ended that. So there's companies that are earning multi-million dollars that can't get money. And, this type of financing, while not the cheapest financing in the world, is a vehicle. Most businesses that have survived the last 5 years probably can't show financial statements, can't show tax returns. They're asking for audited tax returns. I never audited my tax returns. I mean, that's a pain in the butt. So if you've ever had a business that had to have your tax returns audited, it costs thousands of dollars, and it's a pain in the butt. I never did it. So, I couldn't, if I had the same company today as I did then, I couldn't apply for loans. I couldn't apply for any money because I didn't have audited tax returns. So this is a vehicle to basically, if a business needs to get from point A to point B, this piece of equipment, this truck is going to get them out on the road. This piece of equipment is going to allow them to take on, $30,000 more business each month. It's a small price to pay, and we can get them the money if their company's strong enough.
Bob, I have a question.
Sure.
My name's Ron. I'm from Boston. And,
Hey, Ron.
Hi, how are you? Unlike the 180 credit program where there's buy rate and all that, understanding they don't have to have their processing with us here, is there any fee associated with them getting a loan through this program?
Nope. There are fees at the end, but it comes out. It's built into the loan. So,
So just the cost of the money.
Just apply for the money. There's no application fees. There's no, we tried our best. Give me $150 fee. It's, we do the deed. If we can get a deal that's to their satisfaction. So if we get them offers, if we get them 7 offers and they don't like any of them, if they walk away, we don't make any money. So it's a good. I mean, like I said, we're willing to put our money put the money where our mouth is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bob, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, this is Dennis Conwell. When you have a company that has like several stores, several credit card accounts, are you needing to have copies of every one of their stores' statements, or what do you need?
Well, chances are, Dennis, that if it's if there's multiple credit card accounts, it must mean they have multiple checking accounts. That's a good question. I mean, and they're all under the same, and they're all under the same tax ID number, all under the same corporation?
Yes.
It's a good question. I'll have to get that answered for you. I mean, I think we probably submit them all to make it the strong. I mean, especially if they want a lot of money, you probably make it the strongest case possible.
If it's a smaller amount, in this case, $35,000, and he does a lot of business.
Yeah, if it's a small amount and only one bank account and one credit card account is needed to justify it, then we can go with that.
Okay.
Because all they just want to know, what these lenders look at is they want to know, right, if we attach to this credit card processing account or to this bank account, how safe is our money? So, they're
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
See if he's going again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we lost him again.
Another one bites the dust.
about that. Sorry about that. I think it's their system because I'm going into the internet and I'm not losing internet access, I'm not losing screen access, just phone access. But yeah, so they basically go on the strength of the the bank account or credit card statement that's given to them. So it's good to know in a case like that if the one account you do give is not strong enough, we can pull up another one. Any other questions, guys, before I let you go? This is a really terrific product, guys. It's a door opener for those companies that can use money. And, as salespeople, and we offer you a big tool chest of products, you have to decide, which is the one that's going to get my foot in the door. Especially if you've been in the credit card processing business, calling up someone and saying that we can save you money on your credit card processing isn't quite cutting anymore. The businesses are hearing that message all the time. So, part of the reasons these products were developed in the first place was to give you a vehicle to get someone's attention. So, I think between the consumer financing, between this product, and between the text message marketing, which is something I'll be talking about shortly in the next week or two or whatever, I'll get another conference call on that. We have three good products that really will get people's attention, and it's a matter of picking the right spots.
Bob,
I
to
have
get on this credit thing here, Advance, you need to set us up. We can't. That's the only way we'll get it on our screen to be able to make applications.
Yeah, send me, if you, send me, I mean, what I'm going to do now is, guys, if you want to be set up, just email me and I'll set you up because, we have over 100 agents and organizations. I don't want to sit there and type each one of them. I don't know who's interested in selling this. So if you're going to be selling this, I'll set you up as a user and we'll take it from there. So just email me at your convenience and I'll set you up. Any other questions, guys? I know there were others. Some people were talking.
Yeah, I have a question. The gentleman that
Yes.
sorry, the gentleman that spoke earlier and let us know what his approach is when he talks to people over the phone, can he possibly email that to us?
Anthony, do you have a set script or you basically wing it these days?
Yeah, I wing it most of the time.
Well, I'm trying to record this call, so if you guys, with the disconnection, I'm not sure what's going to show up, or not. I'm not sure. Do I have a script in the back office on Cash Advance? If I don't, I'll try to put one together for you guys. But also this will be recorded and I'll send it around. But I joke. Somebody asked me, for a script, and I jokingly said, we got money. Do you want some? And as the script, and they actually tried it. I think it may have been Dennis's office tried it. I don't think it worked very well. But you may have to elaborate a little bit more on that than we got money. You want some, but not much more actually. So because that's basically the crux of it.
Hey Bob, I have a quick question. So
sure.
Can we utilize instead of just doing the Cash Advance hybrid? Is that what you're telling me? If they have a strong bank account based upon cash deposit, let's just say for example, they're doing like $28,000 in cash, and then they're doing another $20,000 in the processing, and they want something close to $50,000. Are you saying that you can blend that to give?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're not going to get $1 for $1 of revenue. But there's two different ways merchants can go, and there's different variations of each. One is a credit card, off the credit card split, and one is off the revenue. So yeah, I mean, we get businesses through that don't even take credit cards. The service businesses. So the bank account is actually the most important thing, frankly. So that's what they're interested. So they'll do an ACH out of the business's bank account, or they'll do a ACH based on revenue. So they'll still do a percentage of ACH. Most of them are fixed, so they'll come back and say $200 a day out of your bank account. Or if it's credit card split, they'll do a percentage of the credit card transactions each day. So they may come back and say, we'll take 20% of the credit card receipts. But yeah, so they'll go and they'll go any which way. You don't need to do a credit. It doesn't have to be based on credit cards.
Okay, but what I'm asking you is this here. Typically, can you get a little bit more money if they try to combine the processing? Because
yeah, the lenders are pretty. The lenders are pretty savvy, so they'll put together the deal in a way that benefit that. So if they get $30,000, if they need to push for 30, and they know you want 30, and they'll say, all right, we need $200 a day out of your bank account and 15% of your credit card splits. We've had those kind of deals. They'll do that. They'll do a hybrid situation where they'll take money both out of the bank and both off the credit card. So they'll do whatever needs to be done. Or it's up to you. It's up to the merchant specification. We've had merchants that say, under no circumstances do I want an ACH, so I just want to do a credit card split. So we'll tell the lenders, only give us offers based on credit card split. So we can structure this any which way we want to get the maximum.
Thanks a lot.
Any other questions?
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
I wanted to just ask a question about Crest Financial. Is it still viable with the new products that you've got added?
Yes. Crest Financial is. Because
I thought it was, but I wanted to verify that.
Yeah, there's no cost to Crest. So if you know financing, we've bundled it with the other programs. So you can, as long as it's a retail product, that's, it's a tangible product, you can bundle Crest in. You could sell it as a standalone. You could do whatever you want.
Standalone too. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure because that's what we were set up for, and I just wanted to make sure it was still viable. Thank you.
Still viable. Yep.
Have a good day.
You too. Any other questions, guys? Oh, sorry for the technical issues. Hopefully this was a good call. I think it was, and we'll meet again next week. If the recording came out, I'll be sending it out. Hopefully it recorded, and you'll have to get past the gaps. But if I don't talk to you, have a nice weekend, and email me if you want to get set up in the cash advance product.